Today's podcast is brought to you by the Tax Defense Group. Tax season is here, and that means that it's time to file your taxes. But there's good news. If you're a W-2 employee, you can save half off your filing. All you have to do is call the Tax Defense Group before April 15, 2020 and mention that you saw this ad on UCast Studios. Millions of Americans will get money back after they file, and you can be one of them. So call the Tax Defense Group at 800-850-7973. That number again is 800-850-7973, and you can visit them online at taxdefensegroup.com. Also, shout out to our second sponsor, Rider Junkie. Are you looking to make more money in 2020? Well, one of the best ways to do so is by having a new resume that can help you get that dream job. Rider Junkie offers affordable, well-written resumes for the low cost of $145. They'll even throw in a cover letter for no additional charge. All you have to do is mention that you saw this ad on UCast Studios and they'll get right to work. Call Rider Junkie today at 805-587-7966 and you can visit them online at riderjunkie.com. Welcome everybody back to the TheDomCast, episode 50, and I got a phone call the minute. Scam likely the only people that check up on you, right?
Especially on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, right. It's Valentine's Day. Only people checking up on me is scam likely. You get used to it though. Yeah, this is episode 50, right on All-Star Weekend. So this is it's gonna be exciting. We got not that much news this week, but some interesting situations. Say what's up, Rodney. You're not bad.
Well, first of all, tell them about your ankle sprain.
Yes,
I'm out here risking it all.
Yeah, no, for Valentine's Day, I did receive a gift, actually. It's a high ankle sprain. That's new for me, bro. My ankles find ways to... They find new ways to be injured, because Eric now, yeah, you see me have like 3 ankle injuries.
I met Dom in 2013. Since I knew him, probably 4 ankle injuries. 4 ankle injuries?
Yeah, like even if it's not an actual injury, you see me like,
So I'm convinced that his ankle's made out of glass. So.
Is it the same one?
No, it's a right ankle this time.
No, they take their turn.
Yeah, 2016 it was the left ankle. Yeah, no, and before y'all even knew me, like I played basketball before then, and I sprained my ankles plenty of times, both of them. Like I've lost count. I don't remember the specific situations anymore, but I've never had a high ankle sprain though, so that's what I have now. I planted on defense and like jammed my foot into the floor, and that shit stiffened up on the ride home. And yeah, that's because we played 2-on-2 today before we came to pod, and yeah, it's like I say, it's not worth it sometimes, because I tried to play through it because we were in a 2-on-2 game. I think it was the second one, and they were like, "Yeah, you sure you want to play, bro? You good?" I'm like, "I'm good." And then as soon as they checked the ball in, I thought to myself, like, this would be really stupid. Like, what if my Achilles, because it's kind of in the Achilles. I'm like,
right,
what if something's wrong with my Achilles? And then I fully tear it, and it's like all for a game of fucking 2-on-2. Nobody's even going that hard right now. Like, what are we doing here? So
I'm sorry, but if I tear my Achilles, I'm making up the craziest story to
right. You gotta pump
to
that shit up.
compensate for it.
Saving somebody from burning building. I don't know,
right.
like
Jumped off my roof, anything.
Helping an elderly lady carry up something,
right.
carry her refrigerator upstairs or something.
I can't say no 2-on-2.
Something manly, something real.
Yeah, it got to be something
heroic.
commendable. Not that we were just 2-on-2. Just shooting shits,
slipping in your house. John Wall, none of that.
Because your buddy tore his Achilles while we were playing like 4 years ago, right?
The thing is, his was crazy because he was reaching for everything but his Achilles.
That was weird. Like, I just had this image in my head of him, like he was on the ground, like the Peter Griffin meme, but I didn't know what he was like reaching.
Like he was reaching for his knee, his hip, like
Big
Al, good fam. Like,
and you said that like disrupted his life, right?
Yeah, he ain't returned to work. Never saw him since, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I don't need that.
I live on the second floor up here and shit, so like something like an Achilles would make life very difficult.
Big Al was bowling like some low, like some shoe that wasn't like athletic shoe. He was bowling something.
Yeah.
I think a Converse lows or something.
Converse.
It was some low something that was. I didn't know it was a proper Nike like athletic shoe, but
yeah.
But he was holding his knees, his hip. I don't know.
Yeah, and I didn't know it was wrong. Like, I didn't know it was an Achilles because he never reached down for like the Achilles.
Not at all.
And,
it's crazy.
Yeah, so I've been playing more lately, and that's why I go to that gym up there, and I can never go that long before the injuries hit. Like I'm D Rose in the flesh, basically. I'm the D Rose that didn't make the NBA, and but I mean it's fun, good cardio and all that.
Oh, but how y'all doing, everybody? They want a quick tangent. How everybody doing?
Oh, you talking about podcast? Yeah. Yeah, no, we hooped before this, celebrating basketball. All-Star Weekend is a basketball celebration. So we'll get to that. We got some All-Star Weekend stuff coming up. But just some the week before All-Star Weekend is always weird, right? Like the games, it just the vibes feel different. Like last night I watched the Celtics and Clippers. The Clippers, it seemed like they would sleep half the game, and then it went to double OT. It's just they just be trying to get the hell out of there.
They're trying to prepare for Miami and trying to get a vacation going.
Yeah, for the ones that aren't, like this year, it's actually better if you're not an all-star, because if you're not an all-star, you can go take a trip like, you know, Miami, like you said. Yeah. Everybody else going to Chicago, and like from what I hear, a snowstorm basically.
Yeah, for real.
People about to get buried out there.
Yeah.
And the lineup for, I don't know what it is, but for the 2020s, it's like for All-Star Weekend, they basically just said like to hell with fun, because up to 2023, I think the All-Star Weekends right now, you have Chicago, it's gonna be one in Utah.
Utah next year?
I don't know. I'm saying them out of order. I don't know the actual years. 2020 Chicago, something Utah, something Cleveland gets one. Wow. And then I can't remember the other one, but yeah, some terrible locations. Like yeah, fuck everybody feelings, bro. Rotate this All-Star game between LA, New York, Miami.
Good weather, fam.
You're right, yeah, places people want to be. Like who want to go to Chicago for a
Miami, LA, New York every
right? So everybody can go party, sit on the beach, all that stuff, groupies, everything.
Houston's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Houston.
I don't know. Like it's like the time we had the All-Star Weekend in Orlando. Were you here when the All-Star Weekend was in Orlando?
Yeah, he should have been here.
That was in 2012. You probably here. Yeah. Did you go to the jam session and stuff like that?
No, I know it was packed. I met Jadakiss and Dwight Howard. Not Jadakiss and Kevin Love.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that Florida Mall.
It's an amazing thing when it comes to your city, especially if your city is somewhere people want to be, because it's a tourist city.
Yeah, especially for business. Man, it was booming.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like it was just it was a vibe that weekend. And you went to the jam sessions, didn't you?
No, I did.
Nobody went. I was the only one. Oh, okay. That must be somebody else I was talking to. Yeah, the jam sessions were awesome, because that's where I got the picture.
Where was they held?
Downtown Orlando, like the convention thing, I think.
Okay, I was near there. I think that's why I met Jadakiss and Kevin Love.
Yeah, and it was cool. That's why I got that picture with JaVale McGee. I don't know if I ever showed y'all. It's the one where like he don't want to take pictures at all. Like he had like a stone face, and I'm all happy and I saw LeBron and Dwayne Wade. That was when D Rose was an All-Star, so I was in the building with all of them. That was awesome.
That's when Kevin Love was chubby and Timberwolves, so he was super nice.
Right.
Yeah.
So definitely fun when All-Star Weekend comes, but let's come back to All-Star Weekend. There's a couple of NBA things that happened this week before everyone was preparing to take their vacation. Embiid, I don't know. I was about to say he took a vacation mentally, but he's just being Embiid with this whole situation. What did y'all make of this situation? Because this is I was really mad that this happened after the trade deadline, because this is one of those things those situations that gets hot real quick, and you like, oh, well, the dude don't want to be here, then what's good? For those of y'all, and I know Rod said he hadn't heard the full thing. Embiid getting into it with the fans. I think somebody yelled something in the crowd when he was about to shoot, something along the lines of pass it or you're too far or something like that.
Is it home game?
Yeah, home game.
Wow.
Yeah, and he made it, and then he shushed the crowd. Like I don't think I've ever seen someone shush their home crowd. Like, I don't have a father in my head right now. Maybe I'm just blanking. I blank all the time. That happens. Goes on Instagram afterwards and puts that shush picture, like, and it said, you either live long enough, you either become a hero or live long enough to see yourself be the villain.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah. You know, everybody. That's everyone in their badass moment. And Jimmy Butler comments on it. Oh, I know a place where they accept villains. And Embiid was something along the lines like, yeah, brother, or whatever. Yeah. And this Embiid trolls, and I don't know if they were talking about a strip club or what, but what did y'all make of that situation? Because when you're the star of a team, or you got championship aspirations or whatever, I feel like these are certain things are trolling, but then certain things is like you just don't do, right? Because this is you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean the fact when he replied to Jimmy Butler, that's when it started looking like collusion.
Right? I thought the tampering fine was about to come out.
Right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you'll get fined eventually.
No, the NBA hasn't fined anybody for anything in weeks. Like they didn't fine Jackson Hayes for that comment. They didn't fine Aaron Gordon for being high on live TV. That you saw that interview?
No, Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
It was about a week ago.
There's no way he wasn't baked.
You didn't see it?
Nah, I saw the thumbnail, but I didn't click on it.
Yeah, he was high. And Shaq was making jokes about it. Like he was like, he started talking about the dunk contest. He's like, them boys were up so high. Like he was like, it was clear.
Dude, wow.
NBA just took a break. It just been cool ever since they've been drug testing people. They just they just chill. But yeah, back to the Embiid situation again. Did y'all take any? Because I thought I was missing something. I was like, maybe they would have like an inside joke and they're talking about a place, but I mean, damn.
Well, I'm pretty sure, like everybody else, they hear about they can't work together. Him and Ben Simmons. And Ben Simmons ball out when he's not playing, and maybe feel like the crowd is favoring Ben Simmons, especially at the home. And I thought Embiid was like beloved in Philly. So
Yeah,
maybe
this season-
maybe
Because
that
after
is.
that, IG stuff. Didn't they boo him at the next game after
Yeah,
that?
they booed him in the home oopning.
Like,
Yeah,
fam,
they
Embiid
booed
be
him.
beloved in Philly.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I wish this would have happened before trade deadline.
Right.
It should have been awesome. Not that none of them would have happened, but yeah,
You never know. They might entertain some trades.
Yeah, if specifically depending what happens in the playoffs,
Like
you
if
go-
they get
yeah.
bounced early, then
yeah, they get bounced in the second round. I'm starting to look at especially if they go early this year, because even though they're bouncing around between like 6 seed and things like that, I think you look at it and say they still have the roster to go farther. Like they shouldn't really lose to the Pacers in the first round if it became something like that. Or
But if they drop too far, you might deal with the Heat or the Celtics or something.
I think they would want to deal with the Celtics just from the fact that it's kind of a mismatch thing with
Right.
Embiid. But yeah, now because the whole thing has been, let's stop talking about Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid trade things. They're young, let them work together. It's not going to happen. Then a situation like this happens, so that it looks like tampering to me.
Yeah, it
that's
does.
That's like tampering in
Really?
plain sight. 'Cause I think he put the little devil emoji and everything, like the face.
Yeah.
I know where they accept villains. Like that's crazy. And so I couldn't imagine Philly trading him to another contender in the Eastern Conference. I don't think that would work.
Yeah, I doubt Heat want to give up
Yeah.
Bam, Hero, and some other stuff.
Oh,
for
yeah,
Embiid.
that too.
They're gonna gut his team.
Yeah, but is this starting to feel because of things like that? Like, did you guys hear the radio interview? I mean, this doesn't even matter. But like, there was a radio guy a Philly radio guy that went off on Embiid, called him like fat and out of shape.
Yeah,
and,
I heard that.
get off my team. Yeah,
That's how you lose franchise players.
yeah, that's weird. That's a weirdo activity too. Like going in on players like that. That's
the type of energy Orlando was on with
Yeah,
this shit.
he's not worth $100 million.
yeah.
Alright.
Shaq was like, word. All right, 3 championships.
Just stupid stuff.
LA 3 championships.
I knew Rob was gonna bring that up.
Yeah. It is giving off vibes though, like because this season has been weird for Philly. Like they've had all kind of problems. I see Al Horford coming off the bench some games now.
I heard he's not performing good this year.
Well, yeah, because I mean, this was the thing where Al Horford went to the Sixers, and we all wondered, how was it really going to work anyways in 2020? And we thought, okay, defensively, obviously you got Horford and Embiid down there, but when you have a guy like Ben Simmons, it flips your offense. Like it reverses your offense. The guy on the outside can't really shoot, and then the 2 guys inside can. It's just a weird thing overall. So you got a $100 million guy playing off the bench sometimes, which is strange. So it really does feel like if they get bounced in the second round even this year, there'll be some major changes this summer. And if you're Philly, that's gonna be an interesting crossroads.
Yeah,
you could probably get a lot for either one of them, especially even Embiid. I think you get a lot.
I think Embiid will go.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think he'd probably be if
especially with all this going on now.
Yeah, about to say he would probably be the one to end up requesting it.
Yeah.
Because
Even though he's a better player, his injuries.
Yeah.
Also, Force looking nice right now.
Magic fan had to throw that in there.
Yeah,
we were just talking about that with the people we were playing 2-on-2 with. How the Magic really didn't. That was a very low risk thing they did, and it's paid off for him pretty much. He's a bright spot for him right now. But yeah, that is an interesting situation there. So yeah, that's the Embiid situation. It blew over quite quick. There's nothing really else coming from this.
That's it.
I guess you can't really tamper before the trade deadline because now you're just talking shit. And
So I got a question. What happened if he requests a trade after the trade deadline? What happened?
can't get moved until
Can't
off
get moved,
season.
you can't
So
move.
there's no
get moved.
purpose in mentioning it.
So I'm saying that's why we're saying that this would have been a lot more interesting a couple weeks ago, because then we could, talk about all types of different hypotheticals.
Yeah.
And Philly probably still wouldn't have done anything because Philly. I'm assuming Philly is still operating under the assumption that they can still make the finals because just because of the way you match up with certain teams. If your path involves Boston and Milwaukee, of course that's crazy, but from a matchup standpoint, you feel like we can beat those teams a couple times in a week.
Right.
Probably Boston more so than Milwaukee. Boston's looking good too, man. I'm really proud of my guy. Jason Tatum had like 40 last night, I believe.
No, he's been on a tear recently.
That man owned. I said owned. Yeah, he was all over Kawhi Leonard last night though. But like I said with Kawhi, we just you never know what he's about in the regular season, anyways, because he just kind of be cooling, and then you come to the playoffs and all of a sudden he's the best player.
He didn't perform good?
Nah, last night. I mean, he was good up until like the end of the game. We were more afraid of Lou Williams last night than Kawhi Leonard because we got to the end of the game and Lou
Paul
Williams.
George played?
He did, but then he had I think his hamstring got aggravated. Yeah, I was like, it's All-Star weekend. Man had a flight. He's not an All-Star. He's not an All-Star this year.
He
had
a flight.
Yeah. He had a flight to Miami. He was like, I'm out.
Bags packed.
Yeah, I'm out.
Just a quick reminder for everybody to check out the sponsors of this video. Both Tax Defense and Writer Junkie links can be found in the comment section and description of this video.
And so, yeah, he was good, and it was a double overtime game. Really good, and really happy about the way Tatum is coming along. Moving on. I'll save that for the All-Star. Are we 100%? I asked this on Twitter. It was more of a rhetorical question. But now, I don't know if you saw my post on there. The Grizzlies have the toughest schedule for the end of the season, I believe, leading up to the end of the season. The Pelicans have the easiest schedule. And right now, I believe there's like 3.5 or 4 games that separates the two. Mm-hmm. And, Zion is doing Zion things like we expected. Are we 100% sure? Like, the Rookie of the Year race it's locked up. Like, no matter what happens now, it's Ja Morant's. That's what we're operating under.
He had to get hurt.
He would have to get hurt.
Morant had to get hurt.
Damn. So there's
if he finishes out the season playing a decent number of games, it's his, in my opinion.
That's one.
All right. If Zion continue to put up these numbers and lead this team to the playoffs, it's not 100% that Ja Morant getting that award.
That was my next question, because it's not as likely. Like, if I had to put my money somewhere right now, I would still put it on the Grizzlies.
Absolutely.
Just because that involves losing and winning on two opposite sides. Right. So the math has to work out. But it can happen. The Pelicans, it's not like a super long shot. And if they make the playoffs with Zion playing the way he is right now, he can set a record, 2 30-point games back to back. And he gets to the end of the season and he's helped lead his team to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, but he have to at least play more games than Embiid rookie year.
And right now, let me do the math on that.
Because Embiid played like 30 games, something like that.
The Pelicans have played 55 games up to this point.
How many games?
Which means they have a total of 27 games left.
Yeah, Zion played at least 10, right?
Yeah, like 10 or 11.
So Zion is going to end up playing around 40 games
about
this
half
year.
the season.
All right, then good.
Ooh, so he can win. So he can win the Rookie of the Year playing half. Because this is the conversation that's happening around basketball circles right now. I seen Shaq got asked on live TV. Right. He was like, "Get this shit out of my face." But it's something that keeps coming up. We keep seeing Zion every night, and I think it's become a thing where it's become pretty clear if he had been playing.
So Shaq
this season,
was on Ja Morant's side. I'm assuming.
Well, to start with, but then I think I heard something different a couple of nights later.
Okay.
But it's becoming a thing where it's just clear if Zion was playing the whole season, he would have been the Rookie of the Year. Like, it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
But so Rod said it's locked up unless Ja gets hurt, and it sounds like you're on the side of.
Well, I'm saying if he continue, cause he already he's dropping 30 like every 20 plus every game, whatever. He had like 2 games
easy
already
too.
That was like 30
and
plus.
over 50% from the field.
I'm saying if he continue this type of workload and lead his team to the the playoffs.
That would be crazy because
I was also under the impression that he was going to only end up playing like around 30 games, not like 44, 45.
Yeah,
I really thought this minute was going to last all season.
The what?
Minute restrictions.
Yeah, no, they
lifted. He's more or less playing.
He pushing 30
number of minutes he needs to play now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Zion right now he has an average of 22 points, 8 rebounds, shooting 57% from the field. He's playing 27 minutes a game, so it's getting up there. He's played exactly 10 games so far. So by the time the season is over, by the time the season is over, he could only have played 37 games. Oh my God, you can't win Rookie of the Year with 37 games.
Then. Ja locked this up.
Even if Zion
come on, you got to play the 40 games.
The kids we were playing with, the point they made was that also they don't think the Grizzlies. It's kind of like the MVP conversation. They said they don't think that the Grizzlies would be as good without Ja as the Pelicans were without Zion, because the Pelicans stayed within striking distance.
They still got Ingram there.
Yeah, you got Ingram. You still got Zoe, who's played a lot better. You got Drew Holiday there. That's a team.
You got a team there. Yeah.
Redick. Yeah, that was a team that was still not going to make the playoffs without him, but they stayed enough so that that he's here now and they
stay within striking distance.
Yeah. I'm gonna, I'm a Zion stan, but I'm gonna have to be fair here.
37 games. I really thought he could push the 40, but I thought he'd pay at least.
Yeah, with 37. If I'm Ja, we can't be homies no more. If you get Rookie of the Year over me, and I played. I played the whole season basically.
Right, and been a sensation. So
yeah, exactly. So Yeah, I still think it's kind of wrapped up. Even and there's been rookie of the years. Most of the rookie of the years don't really end up making the playoffs, do they? Because you get drafted to a bad team.
Well, it's a bonus if you do. That's what I'm saying.
You said what?
It's a bonus if you do.
Oh, a bonus. Oh, it's a bonus. Yeah, but it's not really expected of top prospects to even make the playoffs. Right. Nobody thought the Grizzlies were a playoff team this year, even with Ja. Yeah. So. Yeah, I think Ja has it wrapped up unless Zion start like averaging 30.
Yeah. Well, if Ross said if he get injured, then he start missing games, then we could talk.
Yeah, because everything. This is a really what have you done for me lately league. Yeah. So if Ja were just the same type of injury, and then all we see is Zion for the next like 30 games.
Yeah, straight putting people in the blunt. Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, I don't think that'll end up happening. But yeah, I saw a Yeah, I agree with y'all. So yeah, that's where we stand on this podcast. Ja has it locked up, even though we have a Zion stand here. Ja has that locked up. KD continues to make new comments, or maybe this is all from the same interview. I don't even know.
It's the same interview,
or he can't put the phone down.
All the smoke, right? Interview, right?
Because this one was a different comment than what I heard last time of him saying that with OKC, he was tired of being pretty much the only person that can make
all smoke podcast
jump shots. Yeah. So the quotes just keep coming out at different times.
I know that it's a new quote. It's the same
this one happened this week. It made its rounds. Is that he said? I
heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. So goddamn, bro. Every week, what are we making of these? Because like it's weird.
Well, he said he didn't play a lot of skilled players.
He didn't play with a lot of.
Then he clarified like I'm the only one that can make it because this is a 3-shot or whatever.
Yeah, say he was
my
tired.
issue with the skilled, like fam, you taking a shot at some players. Jump shot in the stand, Westbrook ain't no shooter.
Yeah, like Enes Kanter quote tweeted it and laughed actually.
Right, but I think the skilled players, they're like, who you coming out of? Like, and people gonna think of Westbrook first, of course.
Well, immediately, because especially when you say you're tired of being one of the only people that can shoot.
Yeah, and plus with the Kendrick Perkins back and forth already with him, so like I don't understand what come on, B, what we doing, man? Stop talking. I know you.
I enjoy it.
I know you all for the season because of the injury, but get some hobbies, my guy.
I enjoy it.
Well, of course, the media side we love it, but
not even just media. I like hearing players.
I seem like he keep taking shots at like old teammates.
He can't shut up.
I like hearing
he acting like Westbrook left. He acting like Westbrook left, man.
I guess it's a little bit different when you volunteer the information versus when you were asked. And I guess since he was asked about it,
how many times we asked this man why he left Warriors? I'm pretty sure he got asked it so many times.
Yeah, especially now it's kind of like a tour. This year.
Now you want to keep it a buck because you got Steven Jackson and Barnes.
Right.
Come on, man.
Oh, speaking of that, did you see the beef between? Because you said you were like on a hiatus this week. Internet. You didn't see the beef between Nick Wright and Matt Barnes, did you?
No.
Damn, did you see it, Rod?
No, I didn't see that either.
I gotta hear this.
Oh yeah, it was smoke, bro. It was smoke because who did so Nick Wright went after Andrew Wiggins, your favorite actually. He went after Andrew Wiggins and he called.
Yeah, I saw that.
He called Andrew Wiggins a bad basketball player. But weirdo activity, like I said with the other with the Philly guy who called Embiid fat and stuff. I never go after professional basketball players on that level, but Nick Wright went after Andrew Wiggins like that. And Matt Barnes came with the smoke, called him by his government name, called him Nicholas, bro. At the end of the whole rant, he was like, "Remember where you live, Nicholas." That's what he said. Like he was about to pull up on some Derek Fisher type shit.
He will pull up for you now.
Yeah, what was the whole thing? Yeah, Matt Barnes was going after him about like he told him it got personal. He was like, "Remember, you can never play worse shit, so you had to talk about the sport." And he don't like the malice that he talks about players with. Kind of like that when he went after Kawhi Leonard for no reason that night when he got his first triple double. Straight weirdo activity. Like I said, that's what you call this. I've never really been a fan of the whole angle of you didn't play at this level, whatever, so you can't talk about it.
Right.
But also, like I said, we don't participate in the weird shit of acting like professional basketball players are bad at what they do. Going after them personally. Like I said, basically like I said with the KD thing. But yeah, that was it sucks. It was like 4 tweets, like 4 or 5 tweets.
like okay, I do I trash Wiggins, but I won't say he don't have a role in the league now.
Yeah, bad basketball player. Look, Wiggins didn't live up to expectations.
Yeah.
Well, bad basketball.
Like I'll never say Conley a bad basketball. You know how I feel about Conley. But I would never say I know he's good. He can't show that right now.
Yeah.
Also, Wiggins has actually been putting up decent numbers since he's been traded to Golden State.
Yeah, it's decent there. And then I'm telling you, when next year when they get Curry,
I could sworn early this season Dom, and y'all said something about Wiggins had a great start.
He did have a great start. He was off to a great start.
Boy, got cool.
But first off, I was never part of that. I said give me 20 games.
That was Dom.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me.
So I'm not 2 weeks. Come on, man, I'm good, man.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he cooled off a little bit. Like I said, though, I'm happy for his change. He has been playing good. He had a couple of 20-point games, and he's playing in a different culture. You're playing with winners, bro. I think it's gonna be good whenever Cat gets to play with winners. Like Minnesota, they're not winners, bro.
Yeah,
Minnesota has one or two. So they low key. It doesn't
got one or the Butler, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say that in KG and 04. It doesn't get talked about a lot, but Minnesota is like poverty franchise on the level of the Knicks. Because they had some seasons with KG at the beginning, then they made the Western Conference Finals. They were bad from 04 to that. Basically, they got Kevin Love, and they were still bad. They never made the playoffs with Kevin Love.
That's true.
And they got Cat, and they made the playoffs one time when they had Jimmy Butler. So that's poverty over there. You know what I mean? So it's a poverty culture. And so that's why I keep trying. That's what I'm saying to watch out for next year with Wiggins. He's not a poverty culture anymore. We competing for something now, playoff spots, championships, and so.
Well, y'all agree this is his last chance. Right?
I mean, if he
can't get it done here, then I don't know what.
I mean, it's not like he's gonna be out the league, but he's not gonna have he's not getting the kind of money he's getting right now.
Like, we won't expect much after this if he can't perform it, or
like if he get benched next year, which I don't see that happening. Yeah. But if you get benched, then it's like okay,
if it's Pascal getting minutes over you, then
Pascal's gonna get minutes. I think that's the lineup is probably looks like it's gonna be Curry, Clay, Wiggins, Dre, and probably Pascal. I think
as a center.
Yeah, small ball. Why not? The Rockets.
Houston doing it.
Yeah, Houston experimenting.
But they have to because
Well, Houston is going decent too. Like they were one of the games they lost. Westbrook didn't play. They lost to Utah, but that was a really
buzzer
close.
Beater.
Yeah, that wild ass buzzer beater. Yeah. So they've been competitive with teams that have bigs. And they beat the Celtics the other day. Celtics best team, one of the best teams in the league, proudly. So yeah, small ball. Yeah, so we were just talking about that in the gym with Mike D'Antoni being one of the more innovative and creative offensive minds out there. Yeah. So yeah. I don't think the Warriors will have a problem with that, but yeah, that's gonna be a pretty cool thing next year. Wiggins is not a bad basketball player by any stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But that was I gotta send you those tweets. That was some funny shit. So yeah, next week we'll probably have another KD comment to chime in on.
What's your take on that, Rod? A lot of comments.
I mean, over his tenure in OKC, I can agree with it somewhat, but it's just the timing that he made of 2015, 2016. Someone pulled up the analytics for that playoffs, and he had the worst 3-point field goal percentage on the team for the number of attempts. So I'm just like, you kind of look a little wild.
Like that was the year Robertson was shooting a little bit better than him, right? In the playoffs.
Everyone shot better.
Roberson shooting better three. That's crazy.
It was like in a series against the Warriors. Was it the Warriors series?
I think it was for the entire playoffs, but like Westbrook shot better than him. Ibaka shot better than him.
KD was wild.
Everyone who shot threes that on the team
so
had a better percentage.
The comments were kind of crazy. But I'm not cooking because, like I said, I want players to be open books, bro.
Well, yeah, I just it's do it when it happens. Don't wait till you've been asked 10,000 times.
Well, because in the moment, I think it's a little bit different. Like you look at it in hindsight, and that's when people start asking you about it because nobody wants to answer.
You could have said it when Westbrook sent the cupcakes and a photograph, the photographer shirt.
Oh wait, Westbrook did wear a cupcake shirt, didn't he?
The picture of the cupcakes and I want a photographer, right? A little orange screen thing. You could have took a shot then,
right?
But I don't like. Come on, it happened so years ago. You should have dropped it in, man.
Yeah, I want players in the future. Like I want LeBron in the future to tell us how mad he was about KD going to Golden State. I want to hear that type of stuff. Yeah, I want to.
See, I don't mind you asking questions when they never asked you the question before.
But
when we ask, why do you leave OKC, you always like, it's a better coach. Okay, explain. Tell me why you left Thunder then. Now you want to talk about it? Right. You've been asked this question already. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel you. So you want people to say stuff.
I can understand where you're going.
So you want people to say stuff in the moment is what you're saying.
Not in the moment, but if I ask you a direct question and you spin in a certain way, I don't hear the other side later.
You just saying that he been asked this question for years and then now all of a sudden we got a new answer.
I mean, players have PR strategies and stuff, so
I guess it's okay. It's PR, like, go ahead, bro. You good out there,
That would be like, so you wanted an answer from Steph Curry that time where they asked him what LeBron said to him. I remember when he blocked him in the finals and looked back at him like,
yeah, tell me that right now.
Yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen because you end up talking that good shit and lose. Like you can't, because it leads to other things. You start talking about what he said, and then you say something else, and it's like it's kind of like Klay Thompson when Klay Thompson said LeBron had his feelings hurt, and you lost. Like that's gonna be forever, you know.
Okay. Maybe I have a
forever.
point. If someone said a comment towards you, yeah, but this is a little different. Why do you leave? It's
Right,
quite simple.
right.
You don't want to say I got Honey Nut Cheerios. That's what that was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he also said, I think last week, his response to that same question was something about just wanting an easier shot. So it all correlates, you know. Because he said he wanted easier shots and
so
stuff.
honestly, see, he's cleaning up a little differently then. But I feel you, man.
Yeah, it does look a little bit. I don't know if insecure is the word for it. Just about the move, because we all know what everyone thinks of the move and
Right.
what he thinks of the move. I don't know. I'm just ready for him to be back on the court and try to add on to it. I don't want him to be answer. I want to see him also answering for this Warrior stuff on the court with the Nets next year and going back. Because you can talk forever. Yeah,
because the blowback if he don't perform with the Nets. I mean, gonna come at him.
Yeah,
come back on.
Yeah. So for the record, I'm cheering for KD.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people got stuff in the draft right now.
All right,
got stuff in the pocket. Right
got shit in the draft ready, fire off.
Ready, man.
Yeah, they're gonna be on him next season, even though he's gonna be recovering from a Achilles rupture.
Yeah, they don't care about that Achilles.
And a year removed from basketball. Speaking of that flows exactly into our next topic that I had written down here. So I was asking y'all who would KD and Kyrie have replaced on the All-Star team this year out of because you can only replace Eastern Conference if they would have been here. So you got Embiid, Kemba Walker,
Trey and Sabonis. And Trey.
So Sabonis and Trey is who would have got replaced.
Easy.
Why so?
Well, Bradley Beal didn't get with his averages, and he on a garbage team. Why coach is not gonna get Trey in there?
So basically, you're saying that if the Nets would have played, Kyrie would have got the fan vote over
Absolutely.
Young.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and so then the coaches wouldn't have picked Young.
Nah, that was his record. Oh.
Yeah, and then you're saying, okay, yeah, and
Sabonis is a bonus. I don't know.
Sabonis is fire, bro.
Yeah, but come on, fam.
Sabonis is fire.
He was the last one.
KD,
he was the last pick anyways. So.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because the backcourt guards they would start. The starters were Trae Young and Kemba Walker. Yeah. And so it would have been Kyrie and Kemba instead.
Yeah, because Trae would not get no coach vote.
I don't think he would have either. I think they showed that by who they picked, obviously.
Yeah, Bradley Beal averaging 30 and he still can't get in. So
Right.
Is that the first time that's happened?
Yeah,
someone averaged that much and not get in.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Hey man, you take the money. These things happen when you take the money because like he took the money with Washington. We were just talking about that in the gym. It's just like. Because Buddy was saying that he gonna be trying to get traded soon or whatever, and it's like, yeah, I mean that's the thing. Get the bag, and then like start scratching your head a year later. Like, yeah, see, I didn't think it was gonna be like this. Like, I know Washington never wins, but like,
I thought I could generate some wins.
So it's run up his averages for a couple of seasons, and then go compete. So okay, that would have been your. I think, unless
some people said Lowry, but no, it's gonna be Trey. That's a bonus.
Interesting. Yeah, because that's interesting to see that's going to happen next year. I'm glad, while we're on that subject, I'm glad Devin Booker got his All-Star appearance.
Yeah, I think that's probably last
yeah, but the West going to be even more broken next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because there's a lot of people out this year.
Zion going to be actually in there now. So.
Yeah, guys that were fringe already.
Because you got somehow fit Zion and then Steph and Clay.
And Ja.
Oh, yeah. Devin Booker, damn, that's fucked.
Ja Morant. So, like, it's going to come down to a thing where, again, coaches vote and all that.
Play 15 years
and
of
then
war.
looking at records. So,
yeah, bro. That's gonna
I
be
forgot
tough.
about Curry and Clay. Yeah, I forgot that's two spots going right there.
Basically, unless they load manage Clay or something like that because it's ACL. Other than
Zion, it's another spot going. So.
Yeah, because Zion would definitely be an All-Star. Like at this rate, like with the health, he'll be an All-Star easy. Fan vote, he'll get that shit off fan vote basically. Then again, I don't know because fan vote he's still fighting. Then that would be difficult. Fan vote is the starters.
Yeah,
50%.
Hey man, they probably. Maybe Zion like people like Zion probably more than Kawhi Leonard. We don't know.
Speaking of All-Stars, we had this conversation I think way back in the summer. We had a part of the conversation, but now that we've actually seen what happened, Vince Carter did not get an honorary All-Star.
I told you I wasn't getting
and because somebody had a whole thread about this, and they were like, Adam Silver really went out of his way to get Dirk and Dwayne Wade that All-Star nod. You didn't get it for Vince Carter.
Come on, we're gonna keep it a buck, y'all.
I mean,
it's not the same caliber player.
First off, Nowitzki is arguably greatest European player ever right now, and then Wade is arguably the third best shooting guard
Yeah, he is.
So,
Okay, tell me VC highlights. His career highlights. Tell me.
Jump over.
besides dunks.
Besides, what you mean? You want me to tell you?
Okay,
y'all want me to tell you Steph Curry
tell
without
me his
threes?
accomplishments, please. Come on, go ahead.
He's very high on the 3-point list.
Okay.
Yeah, on the all-time 3-point list.
Okay.
He's
Jason Terry up there
the
too.
greatest in-game dunker in history.
Oh, okay.
The dunk contest.
Okay, that's still dunking, but I feel you. Go ahead.
Yeah, y'all want me to tell you?
What is his accolades? I can name Dirks. You can name Wade. We can be here all day. I can't name VC accolades.
No, so they both have rings and Finals MVP.
You got 20 years in the game and you haven't been to the final. What?
Hey, yo, they piling it on right now. Let me.
How many All NBA teams?
That's exactly what I was going to look for.
20 years.
Okay, so Steph Curry. Oh, my bad. VC got 3 awards. Right, check it out. He got 8-time All-Star. Eight-time All-Star.
Okay, cool.
He got Rookie of the Year in '99. In 2016, he got the Teammate of the Year.
Whatever that is.
I'm pretty sure he hasn't made an All NBA team since like the 2000s.
He has 3 All League teams, an All Rookie first team. In 2000, he was All NBA third. In 2001, he was All NBA second. Man, he was never like an.
And that's it.
Wow, really? He was never like
20. That's wow.
Wow.
What? 22 years? Our fault.
He got 11 Player of the Weeks.
We doing that? Yo, get up out of here, dude.
Close the laptop.
Got 5 monthly player.
How many player of the games he got? Look out of here.
He got 4 MVP award shares. He never placed in the top 10, but he placed in the top 10 in 2000. He was 10th.
Man. You think we honorary selection for this? Man, come on, dude.
I guess the honorary
should be the dunking at least.
Huh?
He should be honorary dunker.
Honorary dunker. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen him at the dunk contest.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe because like, I mean, he can still hop, so I don't think he would have stained his legacy. You know,
We just want to see it.
yeah,
It's your last season, bro.
yeah. I would have loved that because Dwight's in, and Dwight, you know, we haven't.
And
known
plus,
him for
there's
like,
nobody on the West to bring an honorary. I think had to even it out.
Right.
Dirk and Wade had a perfect scenario.
Yeah, I think we discussed this if this was gonna happen because we knew this was gonna be his last season. I guess the honorary thing is like
you gotta be that type of level, man.
I guess you have to be what do you call it? Farewell tour worthy. I guess.
Yeah, all time great. You ain't no farewell for VC.
Because VC is not. You know, it's crazy.
Like,
Because
what kind of film do you play?
The mind game that happens here is you see Vince Carter's highlights from the Raptors days, and you think that he was like, you know.
Hey, can you imagine the announcer saying in his introduction how they did Kobe? What are you gonna say for VC?
You talking about like
he's a 5-time champion. What are you gonna say for VC?
8-time All-Star,
Amazing
9-time,
dunker.
nah.
Like, come on, 5 player of the week.
3-point shooter. That's crazy. VC really didn't. Like if you were in the year 2000 and you projected his career, he really didn't. You know, go as far as you would think.
Yo, that's crazy.
No, because the only thing is the thing he had was longevity, but I feel like as far as peaks,
That's longevity.
You know what's crazy? Even in the longevity conversation, and I brought this up when we talked about this before. There's more people here now though, so I'll say it again. He literally has been quote unquote washed since the year 2010. Like he was no longer prime VC.
Yeah, that's not even a lie. Like people been talking about how he's gonna be out the league for like literally like a decade.
Yeah, like when he came to the Magic, he was on that decline.
How long his prime last? 3 years?
No, from 2000 to 2007 was basically.
Once he left the Nets.
Yeah, after the Nets, he had 2 years with the Nets where he wasn't an All-Star, and he got traded to Orlando. And after that, he was kind of like old man VC. Like on the Magic, it was kind of like whenever he pulled out a dunk, you were like, oh, flashes of the young VC.
Yeah, he wasn't. We knew he wasn't the same.
That was 10 years ago.
Yo, half human. What? Only one half.
Yeah. That's 10 years ago. And then when he went to Phoenix in 2011, by that point, you were like, the VC is.
I'm not disrespecting VC.
Oh, absolutely not.
He's from the city. I think from Daytona or Orlando, somewhere in the area.
Close, yeah.
It is that he's not that. He's not the type of caliber that demands an honorary All-Star fam.
I guess with the honorary All-Star, it looks like they're trying to make up for how easy it is to get into the Hall of Fame. Because if it was like the Hall of Fame, VC would, because he is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Of course. Yeah, I get that.
So he would easily be. Yeah, so I guess this is just like I said, farewell.
It is that when an honorary like fam, I can't name your accomplishments. You don't have impressive accomplishments.
Yeah, man. He for that early 2000s, he gave you a ton of
like this. How I look at it. If the announcer have a hard time explaining your greatness, you're not that caliber player.
Right. So he's just not that level. That's all. But we still appreciate his accomplishment. His you know, what do you call those? Not tributes to the game. Fuck. What am I trying to say? When somebody gives something to
impact.
impact, I guess.
Contribution?
Yeah, there you go. Contributions. Okay. Yeah, not sure.
Yeah, we know what he represents. You know, man.
No one knew who the hell Toronto was before him.
Absolutely,
right.
He's the greatest dunker in all NBA. You know,
and he's 43 now.
43.
Damn. That's
out of that when your goal to have the longest, tenure in the NBA, I just thought you want to be more impactful than just being around.
Right.
Like, remember he said a couple years he didn't want to go chase a ring. Like, well, then what do you? Then what? Then.
Yeah, because technically he's just like quote unquote been around since around like 2015, 2014, where it's just like oh, he's still here, you know.
I played in 4 decades or something like that. Then
90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s.
I don't want to chase a ring, but you're not that caliber player that we could accuse you of chasing a ring.
I guess the NBA could have done it just for appreciation to one of the games, like because he's still an icon of sorts.
No, like come on.
So
I'm saying honorary is for a certain caliber player.
Yeah, so
he's not on the same tier.
Yeah. So honorary is not for icons.
At one point, I remember we had an argument: is he really a Hall of Famer? At one point, if you have to have the argument, you know what I mean.
Well, I mean that argument comes from that's.
But the fact that you can even entertain that,
because people are still entertaining that about Dwight. Like that came up on ESPN again.
But that's just straight trolling.
We know why they doing it.
Yeah, I can't remember where it actually came up. Who it became a conversation.
Like the Melo, the KD,
people who
LeBron.
started watching basketball after 2015.
Yeah,
we only got 5 honorary players right now. If they were like, you could tell to be honorary based off their career right now. It's
you got names in your
KD. It's the Carmelo, LeBron.
Oh wait, yeah, Carmelo didn't have it. Well, because he's probably still playing.
Yeah, he's not. He told you, ain't no damn retirement.
Yeah.
He told y'all that.
You got to be like actually about to retire.
Absolutely, he getting honoraries. I can name his. So you know what I mean. You can name his stuff. Right. But you gotta. That's fair. Man, I love BC what he did, but come on.
Absolutely. Dame Dollar will be performing. Yeah, I can't wait for that actually because I want to see. He's a better rapper than most people, but not playing in the All-Star weekend because he hurt his groin, and we know groins can really like take a chunk out of you. But they want him back in about 2 weeks. To me, that says the Blazers are going to end up. I think they're the most vulnerable in falling out of the playoffs.
Extremely.
Yeah, because it's so tight back there, and I'm not saying like they're done just because he's missing 2 weeks, but if he comes back and he's even.
Do groins usually take more than 2 weeks?
Well, because the thing is with LeBron's groin,
area.
Yeah, it's a sensitive area. Like I saw LeBron had the groin injury, and he came back
out for a minute.
Yeah, he just played because he had to. Yeah. Like when he came back, he was just trying to do, and you could tell he wasn't himself. So
and also, I remember the numbers that he was putting up just to sustain the push they were trying to do.
He was like dropping
just to sustain that. So they're gonna have to hold fort without him, which they're already 9th.
You gonna run Melo and McCollum to the ground?
Yeah, only a game and a half above the Pelicans. Who why are they falling farther? The Pelicans, they won. They lost last night.
Yeah.
Oh, they lost. Whoa, I didn't realize that.
Who Thunder won, right?
Oh, they ended up losing that game. Oh, okay, yeah, because they've fallen even further. Yeah, see, it just gets more difficult. Like I said, you have to go on a win streak, and the Grizzlies have to go on a lose streak. Is what I'm looking at right here. But if the Blazers do end up, if this impacts them a little bit, and they can, break even with the Pelicans, and that's the Spurs and the.
But you did say Memphis has one of the hardest schedules to close out the year, right?
and the Pelicans have had the easiest for a minute now, but they haven't budged yet. So, that's just kind of what it is. We'll see what happens there. Basically what I have here for the All-Star thing. First of all, who are y'all picking for the dunk contest to win?
I'm going with
Gordon.
Oh yeah, the creativity in this dunk contest, bro. It's actually it's fire. So he got Gordon, and then you got.
I'm doing underdog. I'm going with Derek.
I'm going Dwight, bro. I'm the only person going Dwight here.
Yeah, I'm good. Saying like what? Listen,
the only way Dwight can win is off a spectacle.
Yeah, that's how I'm saying exactly.
He gonna do all this theoretical, but gonna be a basic dunk though.
I don't know about all that. I mean,
what's his most impressive dunk? Was the one he just threw it in?
Yeah, Superman. He put a sticker on the top of the backboard.
He ain't win that.
Like people can do.
Win the year he did that.
He didn't.
Nate didn't. Nate Robinson.
I'm pretty sure he didn't win the year he did the sticker.
That's because it was Nate. It was fun.
But what I'm saying is, you doing all this to do a simple, windmill dunk, while guys can do this and that, or what about this too?
I don't think Dwight is coming to jump over nobody tonight.
Exactly.
Or tomorrow night.
If he don't bring the cape out, don't want no cape. I don't want no boots.
I want to see the cape. I want to see all that because
he wants to spectacle.
Yeah, because he did that in 08, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bring 08 or 09, one of those years. I was like, oh damn, bro. I cannot remember.
I think 08.
Yeah, it was one of those years. I can't remember, but he came with the shits. Man, it's gonna be sick, bro.
So you got Aaron Gordon, I got Dirk, and you got Dwight. Nobody got love for
Pat Connaughton.
Who the hell is that,
bro? He's a good. Well, first of all, we're not no Pat.
I don't know
slander,
what that is.
No Pat slander around here.
I don't know what
for
that is.
Bucks,
right?
Yeah,
I don't know what
he's
it is.
Deceptively athletic. He's a baseball player before. He's a guy who played baseball. He was with the Blazers first. Played baseball, but he can hop out the gym. Like he don't look like he the dude at LA Fitness. Like you like, damn, bro, this guy can dunk. You know what I mean? But
I didn't know he was. I don't know he got selected. But.
Crazy hops. No, I think they're more. The reason nobody here is picking him, I think they're more in-game hops. I don't think he's about to come out and do something crazy.
Oh, you gotta be creative on this though.
Yeah, and I wonder what's left with the creativity because even when Aaron Gordon came back the next year, it wasn't like
he was hurt.
Oh yeah, he was. He keep bringing it. Yeah.
No,
that mean you that's kind of trash. You playing hurt in All-Star dunking contest. That's kind of wild.
He legitimately just came back from like an ankle injury.
Yeah, like why? I don't know why you do it, but I
guess.
feel you.
All right, well, watch, bro.
And his legacy is tied with Zach LaVine. So if he don't perform, like
right.
You could have a tops that year. So
I mean, I still don't even know how he can top that double.
Yeah, you gotta retire after that, bro.
Yeah. So this is why it's gonna be Dwight because nobody else is gonna because Derrick Jones already jumped over multiple people. Aaron Gordon done brought out every prop in the book. Pat Connaughton, maybe he'll do something with baseball.
I think Don winning me over now. I think all Derrick do is jump over people. That's all he does, right?
Well, man, that was like his best stuff back in the dunk contest.
I'm keeping my pick.
All right, that's fair. I saw this before I asked the last question. I saw this suggestion because they were talking about we always send graphs. It's like people make 100 graphs to show how much better the 3-point or how the 3-point shot has evolved and stuff like that. And I sent y'all that. And somebody was saying how like it's basically it's taking a lot of the interest out of the game because of how much you can do in the mid range, and like the footwork and all of that. Now it's taking it away when you shoot threes. So somebody was saying they want to incentivize mid range shots somehow. And one way they were saying was like, what about making mid ranges 2.5 points?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Was this North Korea? North Korea where like a dunk is worth 6 points? Like,
nah, that's just stupid.
No. Damn, y'all not even considering none of that?
No.
Why not?
No.
No, because
then what's the layup worth?
If you do 2.5, right? So if I'm down a 3, how am I gonna get that half back?
You mean if you're down 3.5?
No, if I'm down 3, I'm down 3.5. How am I gonna get that back?
You just don't be down 3.5.
Nah, if I shoot a 3, then how am I gonna get that half?
Then they add the 4-point line.
Nah, I'm good.
Because that was my next question. Y'all would support the 4-point line with how people are shooting now. Logo shots?
Really,
not really, no.
No, y'all don't want.
I don't want everybody hitting threes. No, I don't want all 5 out.
That would even exacerbate the 3-point issue even more.
Yeah,
people taking half court shots. I'm good on that.
Because you already got like logo Lillard, all that.
Well, because that's a legitimate thing. Like Kristaps Porzingis takes shots from out there sometimes.
Who made that idea?
I just saw it out there. Some people were like,
if you down about 3.5, how you tie the game?
So y'all don't want to see anything to incentivize mid ranges.
No, I'm good.
Just let that happen. Because we were just talking about Melo earlier and like how we miss all the all the nuance in the game down there. Everything, all the quick moves you make, all the quick movements, and
I mean, I agree. The game's better with mid range in it, but at the same time, like basketball is an evolving sport, and with analytics, people are doing what they're doing.
Make mid range threes and 3-pointers too.
That don't solve nothing.
Exactly.
Inverse the problem. Nobody will ever take a 3-point shot.
Exactly.
That's not the same. That's not the same thing.
Going back to the 60s ball at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Half points are.
I don't know. Yeah, you can't do half points. It's stupid. No.
All right, so that idea was shot down. I don't know. We were just trying to be creative, like Mike D'Antoni. Last 2.5. Oh yeah. So yeah, as we said at the beginning, All-Star Weekend is a celebration. I never even asked y'all how y'all actually got into basketball though. Like what made y'all fans and all of that. What is? I don't know y'all origin stories on some Marvel shit. You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, mine. I think mine's the same as always. Go ahead.
I never heard it.
I mean, my dad played D2 ball in college, so basketball was always like around. But as far as the first game that I actually remember watching and that actually kind of sparked something was when I remember watching the Orlando Magic play the Los Angeles Lakers and early 2000s. So, Magic, has, Pat Garrity, blow out, like, scrubs out there.
People don't even remember who Pat Garrity is at all.
He has some, straight scrubs. And then, LA got Kobe and Shaq. And I'm, like, looking at my dad like, this don't look fair. And he's like, that's because it ain't. But either way, that day I saw excellence. So that just kind of sparked it.
Yeah, like, I think I could have sworn I told y'all this already. But 98, 99, again, when Pops, he was a big basketball fan. Of course, he grew up in the Jordan eras, and Jordan or whatever. So, and he, I was too young to see Jordan. He was, I'm like, who's the next best player? They're like, oh, Kobe supposed to be the next Jordan. And that was that.
Oh, I knew that's how you got into Kobe. I didn't know that's how you got into like basketball.
Yeah, I didn't watch basketball prior to much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was just your like. So yeah, I did hear.
Yeah, I see it coming on, but I wasn't like watching it.
Right. And Rod, you said your dad played in college.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I never knew that. So you learn something every day. Where did he play?
Spring Hill. It's kind of like Rollins. Actually, I think Rollins might play him.
Really?
That's in Alabama.
So you played in Alabama.
It's funny. I got into football because of gambling.
My family's from Alabama.
I really didn't know that. Are you serious?
Yeah, I got into football because of gambling.
Wait, did you lived in Alabama?
My parents moved in the 80s, but
I was about to say we gotta talk about that off pod.
Oh yeah, Dom is hating Alabama.
So yeah, I'm Alabama man and a Florida man.
Hey.
So yeah, I got.
I
never
wasn't
born in Alabama.
No, but I got some Alabama tendencies, I guess.
I never knew this
to an extent. So
you learn something new every day, bro.
Yeah, he got he's wanted out there.
Yeah, I got like they got my face on like posters in Alabama and shit. Yeah,
I ain't trying to go over there, bro.
Yeah, the slander has been magnificent. Yeah. I got a call from Alabama the other day. Like I don't know nobody in Alabama, but they're after me. All right, well,
so how you got into basketball? I don't know.
How did I get into basketball? When I was in the 3rd grade, right? Yeah, 2003. Does it go anywhere? Yeah, because before that, it was just straight like Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh! And all the kids stuff before that. Yeah, so yeah, it was a 3rd grade. It was a 3rd grade, and there used to be this is a rich kid in my class. I know he was rich because he had all the jerseys. You don't have a bunch of you don't have a different jersey on each day if you don't got money. So right. there's a kid named Jordan, and he had like Tim Duncan jersey, LeBron jersey, T-Mac, and all that. And it was just the gear that got me into it initially because the shit looked cool. Like the jerseys were nice.
Yeah.
The T-Mac shoes, that's like those are so important. The T-Mac 3s, I think. You remember the patent leather ones he wore to the All-Star game? Yeah, I remember he wore the blue ones, and so I just wanted that stuff. And naturally, because I like the gear, I just started getting into the game. I started watching the Magic on Sun Sports back then. And funny thing is,
throwback. Yeah,
the funny thing is, as much as T-Mac, I say is my favorite player and stuff like that, I don't think I ever actually watched a T-Mac game.
Well, what I'm saying is, if
you didn't ever see him live,
I don't think, except when he came back here and when he was
but never like in the original.
I don't think so. Nah,
so I got a question. The fact that y'all, specifically you got in for watching T-Mac, then how do you become a Boston fan?
Yeah, that's very simple. That's why. Yeah, so that's why I was going with that. So of course, in the 3rd grade, they got me a basketball goal. I got into all the like Mike stuff. Basically all the exterior stuff for the game. I would watch it sometimes. They put me on the junior Magic. Yeah, that's like the basketball team that was down here and all that. What ends up happening though, I'm still a kid, and we actually had good cartoons and shit back then. We had stuff to watch. So I didn't. At a certain point, when T-Mac got traded, even though I don't remember seeing the T-Mac game or whatever, I do know that when he got traded, I lost interest in the Magic. Like I was 3rd grade, and so like they brought a guy Steve Francis in. Like I know a little bit about him. Yeah, and I knew because of the NBA games. I used to play the NBA Live back then, so I knew a bit about these guys, but it wasn't like T-Mac. So maybe I did see him as a kid. I just don't really remember. But anyways, I do know for a fact once he got traded, I kind of went back to my regular kid life. I was like, okay, cool. So playing games that he got traded in 04, I think. But I kept playing the NBA games though. NBA Live 2005, 2K and all that. I kept playing those. So I know Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett and everybody. I know how good these guys are because I know their ratings. So I know how good they are. And so in somewhere 07 when KG and Ray Allen, they got traded to Boston, I was like, oh shit, they just put like 399 overalls on one team because I knew Pierce, KG, and Allen. Right. And my dad, he used to support like the Spurs back then and stuff like that. And I told my dad, Celtics, this is an automatic championship. They just put like 390s overalls. And then we made a bet. My dad was like, oh no, it's still gonna be the Spurs or whatever. And so we made a bet on it. So I kind of had like money on the line. And I ended up following the Celtics a little bit, and then of course they won the championship. And from that, I stayed a Celtics fan.
Right.
So
yeah, I just stayed because that was on the team I first knew. And plus, we won the year later. So
what the Lakers? Yeah.
So you want to? So I I got a good team to root for.
So did you actually experience all those Lakers championships then? From like back in
this probably the second one. The first one's still vague. I mean, the first one's still vague. I was still young. But the second one, yeah.
Right.
What was your first NBA jersey? Yeah, I bought. Or
I still have it. It's on the wall in there. The T-Mac one.
Your T-Mac the first jersey?
Yeah, inside my room. Yeah, it's still in mint condition.
Had an AI jersey. Disappeared.
Disappeared.
Yeah.
Mine was a retro.
Because it was like actually like my size.
Really?
And you know how parents,
what
was it? It was Allen Iverson, but you know how things are once you grow out of something, clothes disappear.
Which one was it though?
Black.
No, it's the only one.
You know the black.
One.
When you said disappeared, I thought you meant somebody like ran.
Oh no, I know. I get my truck ain't get picked, but
yeah. Thought somebody ran your shit. What were you about to say?
No, mine was a retro Reggie Miller. Pinstripe.
Yeah, those still go hard. But the Pacers, I said this the other day. The Pacers don't have a bad jersey. Like I don't. Yeah. All of them are fire. Yeah. So you had the pinstripe. Yeah.
Super big though. It was like to my knees.
No, that's the thing. Like you see the Paul Pierce jerseys on the wall. I wore those in middle school. The ones on the wall right there. I wore those. You see how big those are? Those shits. Seventh grade me had that shit coming down to like because that was the style back then.
Yeah. 2000s was a wild time. Bro.
Yeah. What else did I wear in here?
That's crazy, bro. You still can't fit that.
Yeah, no, I still can't fit that shit. Like I'm 100 pounds plus now. I still can't fit that. But that was the style back then. I think gear is definitely an underrated part of like what probably gets people into basketball because that was the fascination with T-Mac shoes. I have his All-Star jersey. You can't see it from where you're sitting, but the T-Mac All-Star jersey I have right there. I didn't wear that one, but I wore the same color scheme to school. Once I got a hold of the T-Mac shoes, the red and the blue patent leather, like I wore like the mismatch thing like he did too. Because gear is a very underrated part of the culture. The jerseys, that was it, man. That's my story basically. That's how I got into it.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Basketball. What was y'all probably don't remember y'all first. Those are my first basketball shoes, the T-Mac ones. Y'all
first
remember
basketball shoes. I don't think it was basketball shoes, but my first basketball shoes probably like it's kind of embarrassing. It was
Shaq.
No. Fuck, I can't live by that. I think it was Converse. Was Converse weapons a basketball shoe?
Yeah, the weapons. Yeah, the Larry Bird and Magic.
Yeah,
those. Yeah,
we had them. That's all we had. So I had a Converse.
Those, I'm pretty sure those are a hot commodity in the 80s. Like,
not in my era. Not when I was coming up. I'm my first basketball. Cause Nike Air Force One's not basketball shoes. So
right.
Those were my first basketball.
Do you remember your first one, Rod?
I mean, I couldn't really tell you, to be honest. It was probably some. I just know when I was young, I had Jordans at some point when I was a kid, but I don't think they were the first ones I had.
Yeah, I didn't start off with Jordans. That's when your taste gets a little bit more expensive. You get into basketball.
Man, couldn't afford them jokers.
Right. You played on teams.
I think they were just not like generic Nikes, stuff like that.
Right.
Especially because my feet, because I wear size 13s and I'm not 6 foot, so you can imagine that my feet were always growing. So I was turning through shoes mad quick.
I see. So you wouldn't really remember. Did you do the junior Magic thing as well when you were younger, like the teams and stuff like that?
When I was a kid, not especially, but I played on some travel ball team at some point. But that was when I was above a certain age.
Yeah, I'm really mad that cameras weren't really. It was widespread when I would love to see some of my junior Magic days because I accidentally blocked a kid on my own team. I remember because I was wore out out there. I was like, because remember this was I was in the 3rd grade, so I was tired. I was like worn out, and so you get disoriented, I guess. I remember like a kid got a rebound or whatever, and I just went up and he went up for a shot, and I contested him, but he was on my team.
I thought you didn't know how to play the game. Okay, you just
no, tired. I was just like disoriented. I guess I didn't really know.
That's how he's gonna rationalize it.
Oh, okay.
maybe I thought somebody else had the ball. I don't know. That's the moment I remember. And I also remember because we had junior Magic, and These are all elementary kids on this team.
Right.
I swear to God that we played a team. I never forgot this either. There's a team named AMD or whatever, and we were in the 3rd grade. They had to be like 6th or 7th graders, bro.
Right.
And that score ended up being like 90 to like 7 at the end. I still remember that shit. They beat the brakes off us. They had like the finger rules going and everything. That was wild.
Yeah, that's why hit you with the finger roll. Yeah, it's a gap,
right? And I remember like they sarcastically, you do the thing where you line up at the end and slap people's hands and stuff like that. I remember it was like, one dude was like, yeah, man, y'all good. Like I took it as a compliment. I was in the 3rd grade. I didn't realize he was being a smart ass.
Yeah.
They beat us by like 80, bro. That shit was crazy. Every time down the floor, we got the ball stolen. That shit was funny. That's what I was saying. Maybe I should be happy there was no cameras back then, or they weren't widespread. All right. Anyways, before we wrap up the NBA portion, we really don't have much after the NBA portion, but of course the standings. Everything is more or less staying the same in the East. The Bucks are 46-8 now, so they actually only have 4 more losses to spare. So I think they will miss 70. The Toronto Raptors, fresh off of a 15-game win streak, are 40-15. That's amazing, bro. Celtics are 3rd. They are 3 games above the Heat, so they're getting a little bit of distance there. Philly has moved into 5th with 2 games separating them from the 6-seeded Pacers. And of course, the Magic and the Nets. I actually meant to ask you, Rod, what kept you a Magic fan all these years, and why you didn't, how you ended up staying through all the turmoil and poverty.
In the early 2000s, kind of like you, I played a whole bunch of the games, played NBA Street Volume 2 religiously. So at that time, Magic, because it was a hometown, but I was also big into the Kings and the Pistons. Once those two, once those 2 teams broke up, it was kind of just the Magic was left, and then after T-Mac left, Dwight kind of sustained, and then
right.
At that point, I was more or less do or die by then.
I guess it wasn't so much poverty in the 2000s because Dwight came, y'all got better and better until it like really crashed. So I guess it was a little bit better back then.
Because once Dwight left, I was more or less angry Magic fan, so it wasn't like I was completely invested in the foolishness. Because, like E says, the Penguins up there.
In the front office, straight Penguins swivel chairs and shit.
It was spinning around the chair, man.
Yeah. I think for the little bit of time I was a Magic fan and I had the NBA Live games, I think I used to get T-Mac help. Like, I think I used to put all the best players on the Magic and shit like that just so he could have some help on there. Even once he left, I think in NBA Live 05, I like put him back on the Magic and like had all the best players. I don't know, I think he started the year on the Magic in that game.
Yeah.
Okay, and in the Western Conference, LA is still first, gaining some distance. They're 4 games above the Nuggets now. That was an interesting comment Avery Bradley made after the Nuggets win the other night. They beat the Nuggets twice on the road, and Avery Bradley said something along the lines of the fact that they're kind of already defeated because they beat them twice this year on the road, and so he's saying like if they see him in the playoffs, like he thinks in a way that they're already defeated. So you put that on the shirt if the Lakers end up getting upset by them or something like that, because that's very premium. But I don't see the Nuggets beating the Lakers.
No.
Clippers only a game behind them. A half a game behind them is Utah Jazz. They've won 4 straight now, bouncing back nicely. 2 games behind them are the Rockets and the Sixers. The Thunder are trying to gain on the Rockets, game and a half back. Mavericks are 7th. They just got Doncic back. And the Grizzlies are 8th. So some nice things there. It's starting to look like the 8. Looks like the 8 for both conferences are starting to more or less.
Who's 9th?
The Blazers, who I expect if Lillard is out long enough, they'll probably take some seats back. So yeah, those are your standings and all that. We are gonna wrap up the podcast pretty soon here. I did wanted to get your bit on Code. What's the name of the show?
Code Geass.
Yeah, you said you just started watching. This is for the anime and the.
Is it Geass?
Yeah, but Eric out here threatening me on social media.
Nah. It's like the scene where Arsenio Hall tried the cheese on Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I ain't seen this.
He got mad at the person and tell him how good the cheese was. That's how it was.
Code Geass is that good, huh?
Well, I'm saying like, when I first saw the first pilot episode, I don't really care. I wasn't a big Gundam fan. I don't like mechas and all that.
Yeah.
So when I'm like, okay, and I thought they was the mecha, like I thought they were like the Gundam G, where they like involved, whatever. Anyways, but I met the main character, like, whoa, okay. And I'm like, well, this is pretty good. Then when episode 2, then I realized this is just like Death Note. Like the character is very intellect, but he's super arrogant. He get a power where that increases arrogancy, and it he got to maneuver without being caught. So it's the same pilot, same theme, and it's fucking great.
Yeah,
I'm on episode 10.
Okay.
Because usually I don't binge. When I'm binge something, I'm like, I'm vibing with it.
Because I told him to watch it, and,
yeah,
he wasn't doing it. And then
I told
like,
him what I should get into, what suggestions. He casually said, "Yeah, Code Geass pretty good. Yeah, My Hero."
Yeah, he did like push it.
Yeah, he didn't say, "Yo, this right. You gotta
right
try
here.
this. You gotta try Code Geass."
Right.
And it's 2 seasons, probably 25-30 piece.
All right.
And it's pretty. It's on Netflix.
The thing is, when have I ever recommended trash to you?
But I'm saying you gotta press it. Like stop. Like when we suggested Full Metal Alchemist, I think we pressed it. We were like, you already saw it. Full Metal.
I already seen it. Yeah.
But I think we tried My Hero Force is a great. My Hero. We pressed it because of the great anime.
Right.
He know I. He should have. I was watching weird animes to get some type of love. You should have told about Code Geass.
But the thing is, when I told you Code Geass was like if Death Note and Gundam kind of fused.
See, I don't get that.
I told you that, and you're still
well, because I'm not a fan of Gundam, so I didn't care for the half of his statement. So, but I understand now what he was saying.
It's gonna be interesting when I watch it for the first time because as someone who I've never even seen like art for Code Geass. I ain't seen one thing.
Yeah.
So
and it's like top 5 in most people.
God damn,
Yeah.
it's that good. And it's a short
10,
one too.
Top 10.
Some consider it have one of the best endings.
Yeah, for those of y'all on the pod that are listening and don't know, this is a short one that you can get into. You said it's 30 episodes per season.
Like 25 per season.
And it's only 2 seasons, so you can how
it's on Netflix.
2008.
Too.
Oh damn, really?
Yeah.
So you can watch this one pretty quickly, pretty much like how Death Note, like you just watch it and be done with it.
But the thing is, I'm a Gundam head. Like I'm big on that.
Yeah,
so
I'm
that's
not a
why
Gundam
when
head.
But
I want to be the Gundam. I don't want to operate it.
Yeah, I was not. It's crazy all the stuff I liked when I was younger, like Transformers and all that. It's crazy that Gundams just kind of passed me by, and they passed you by too. I guess like they look cool as shit.
I wasn't in Transformers. I wasn't in the Gundam.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of like a substitute. You know, it's like why would I get into?
When I found out it was a pilot, like you're not actually. So if y'all get caught outside the armor, the robot, y'all dead anyways. I don't like that type of power.
Right.
You're depending on something else.
So you watched Gundam too, then, Rod? Like you seen the whole thing?
All I know about the Burning Finger.
I've seen a lot of them.
The Burning Finger.
There's like
there's a bunch of series.
There's like 20 of them.
Which one the Burning Finger in?
G Gundam.
Yeah, I know that. That's the only one I'll tolerate.
So there's like
he got
20 different
weird
series.
puns.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah, they've been making them since like '79.
It's like Law and Order, man.
Oh, it's like
there's like different seasons, different universes.
Okay.
So they kind of just pick one and watch it. There's that many.
I forgot the quote from the line about the Burning Finger.
Oh, yeah, I know it's right.
Stupid. You got some nice kicks. What about this Burning Finger? I don't know, some stupid pun he. It was so hard how you said it though.
Yeah,
well, yeah, Burning Attack, Burning Finger. I don't know, there's some couple attacks.
Yeah, I used to see people building Gundams when I was little.
Yeah, my cousin got a collection.
Yeah, see that shit was awesome to me. And it just because I already had my lineup. Like,
yeah, he got a gun like 20 years old. Like it's worth like a lot of money.
Yeah,
it's all wrapped up and
I've only ever seen because I've only ever seen that original, the white one. Like, is that like the main one? You know what I'm talking about? Like a star on his head, right?
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
you might be talking about like
he's like the logo for the whole series.
Like I said, I have no idea which one you're talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that might be the only one I used to see when I was a kid.
Code Geass pretty good, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch that alongside Dragon Ball since it's short and that you can get into it. And since you said Rod didn't press it into your head to see Code Geass, like I'm pressing it into your head as a Death Note fan to read the one shot because that shit is fire.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, you haven't done it yet? I sent the link.
Yeah,
Oh, that what that was?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows what Rod did to get that link? I never asked. But
I don't understand where he get his stuff from.
Yeah, right. He just pulled up in the group like, yo, here. Like, I don't even know if you have to pay for it or nothing. But yeah, no, I absolutely read that shit because it as that's in your top 5. So it's not like some weird spinoff with unrelated. Like, it's good, man. It's only 40. It took me like 30 minutes to read max. So 30
minutes max.
Max, yeah. Because I've read it I picked it up and put it down a couple of times throughout one day.
I read it then.
Yeah.
It's been a while I read a manga though.
It's not like a whole book. It's like yeah, and it's on the phone too, so you just scroll through. Yeah. All right, so Code Geass is on the list. I would definitely be watching that next to Dragon Ball. On my Dragon Ball rewatch, I just passed Yamcha. This show is that old. I don't care, bro. Yamcha and Tien fight, and I never thought I would be entertained by anything anything to do with Yamcha and TN, but that actually turned out to be it was straight hands for a minute.
Hey man,
that's one of the things I like about Dragon Ball is that even though there are energy beams, it just came down to martial arts.
Okay, I realized no energy beams.
I mean, there's
there
some.
are, but it's mostly hands.
Yeah, it's mostly just like
I'm saying that's why I'm a big TN my favorite DB character.
Yeah,
because I would watch DBZ first. This guy. I'm glad I started with Dragon Ball first.
Yeah. Oh, you watched Dragon Ball first before?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did too.
Oh, wow, I actually didn't know that at all. Z came first.
Why else you be a TN fan? You got to see Dragon Ball.
Dragon
Ball first.
Yeah, you can't be a TN fan without watching Dragon.
So
you can't see DBZ like, I like this guy.
And so now that I'm more than halfway done with Dragon Ball, I can just kind of see that Yamcha was always a scrub because even
lost to Jackie Chan.
Like he just lost to everybody. Yeah. Bro. And this one he got his leg.
He got a win in Dragon Ball. He got no win.
I mean, he was with Bulma for a little bit. I guess that's a win.
But he fumbled that.
Yeah, like they haven't even.
He didn't beat the bunny dude with the carrots.
I can't even remember that.
With the shades.
That was like the very beginning.
I think Goku beat him.
Yamcha's trash, bro. Like Yamcha slander is acceptable at all times of the day. It's like cereal. Like it's just it's always acceptable.
Like I don't know why he wrote that carrot. It ain't gonna be this trash.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like Tien and Chelsea look like they're gonna be good until you get to Z. You know, it's like, but Yamcha straight got his ass beat after Tien was toying with him. Then got his leg broke. Now I understand that reference in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. And I'm assuming like it can only be downhill from here. Like in Z, he didn't do anything useful in Z. He died to a cybermid. So
yeah, that's crazy.
He didn't do shit useful in Z. So Yamcha's just there as like comic relief, I guess. Kinda.
I guess. I thought Oolong more comic relief.
He's more comic relief. So I don't know what purpose Yamcha serves.
Yeah,
I could go on for like 20 minutes of Yamcha slander, but I'm gonna save this in a chamber for the stream.
That's cool.
All right, well that'll wrap up today's podcast. If you're looking for some new anime, well, it's not even new. We recommended a 12-year-old show.
Happy belated to Rod. He's been pressing us all a couple weeks now because we forgot his birthday. But happy birthday to Rod, man.
Yeah, happy.
It's like 2 weeks at this point, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. Like, I got y'all birthdays written down. Now I know one's February, one is August. Because, like, again, I left Facebook. I left the
it's unfortunate that we gotta get reminded about social media that our friends have birthdays.
Well, because you get so used to it, right? Like, you get used to waking up. Like, because I spent a long time where I did use Facebook a lot. So you were always used to. I'm gonna wake up in the morning, and if my notification says somebody's birthday, then I know it's their birthday. Yeah. But after I left Facebook, I kind of forgot. Wait, I got to jot somebody's birthday. I thought
other social media outlets have some type of birthday notification.
No, not really. I mean, because like my Twitter, is always updating, so maybe that has a birthday. But he just joined.
Facebook's the only one that's reliable.
I know Snapchat, they have like weird stuff around a person's birthday.
Like you get petty if people forget your birthday. You get petty.
Yeah, the people out there should know.
Yeah,
I've been tight if I was Rod my birthday. Like all these. I
mean,
I was tight for like 24 hours, but I was just chilling.
I mean, we get it
again. To be fair, I forgot my two sisters' birthdays. My two.
I don't know how you do that. Like
you out here trolling.
Yeah, I don't know.
I forgot the whole December, January.
Yeah, see, I don't know how you do that much, but like,
yeah, I forgot all that.
Yeah, because like y'all did a lot of birthdays together probably when you were younger. So I don't know how you forget that, but
you woke up and you like, oh, what day is the 23rd? Damn, they gotta make that call.
Right. Yeah, it's only a couple of people I won't be petty back. Like, we all get a pass here, right? I never forgot his birthday before now. So, like, this was my first year without Facebook. So now I know his birthday.
We can't, not really. Because if you forget my birthday here, you can't, because we already had a situation with Rod.
Yeah. So now I'm saying now it's cool.
Yeah, it's certain.
I'm saying this, but it's certain people. Like, I only get, like, I give passes to, like, my friends who have kids because I realize that completely changed your whole life. And you don't know what day it is. Like, shit crazy.
You don't know what time it is.
Yeah, like, some of my closest friends I grew up with ain't wish me happy birthday, but I was like, I'm gonna keep it cool. Like, you got a 1-year-old at home, like, they chilling. I'm still giving my happy birthday back.
I am petty, so if I post it and I don't get no interaction, I'm super tight.
If you post on the gram and like they don't,
and you see them like they, like on the store and they like swipe, like,
yeah, they go past that shit. Yeah,
that's my pettiness. I can't let that go, man. I'm still working on that, but I can't, bro.
Yeah, I get passes for those, but yeah, for most people, it's like if I don't like hear from you. I don't hear from you throughout the year anyways. It's like, it's all good. Like, I catch you when I catch you.
But to be honest, only certain people you really care that mention your birthday. Family and close friends.
Yeah, family, there's a couple of friends from my past. Like, I know a couple of birthdays coming up. It's like, yeah, even if you don't talk to them all the time. But then there's other people, it's like, yeah, we ghosted, so, it's all good. I'll go ahead and cut the podcast off before I start like name dropping. If you enjoyed the pod, make sure to hit the like button, comment, and sub. And if this is easier to digest on Spotify and iTunes, the link is always in the comment section and description. We appreciate you listening, and we will see you next Saturday. Enjoy All-Star Weekend.